हेलो एवरीवन, स्वागत है आपका यूनिवर्सिटी एकेडमी यूट्यूब चैनल में। आज के लेक्चर में हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे कॉर फर्स्ट फॉर्म रियलाइजेशन। अगर आपको इन टॉपिक्स के हैंड रिटन नोट्स चाहिए लिंक इज गिवन इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स, यू कैन डाउनलोड फ्रॉम देयर। और अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छा लगे तो प्लीज़ वीडियो को लाइक एंड शेयर ज़रूर करें। लेट अस स्टार्ट विद दी core form. Core form, it is obtained using the divide method. Okay, so as we have seen in the previous lecture, we have seen Foster form. Okay, so in the Foster form we have used partial fraction method. Okay, so we have used partial fraction method to realize circuit, but in core form we will use divide or division method. Okay, and core form, it is of two type. So core form is basically of two type: core first form and second one is core second form. So core first form and core second form are almost similar methods. Difference is that in the core form we will write the power of s. So we will write the powers in the descending order. Okay, so we have to write the power in the descending order. Descending order means the power will be decreasing in nature. Means सबसे पहले s power 4, then we will write s power 3 term, then s square, s power 1 and s power 0. So decreasing order में we will write, whereas in case of core second form we will write the terms in the increasing power. Okay, so we will write the power in the ascending order. So ascending, it means we will write in the increasing order. Okay, and then after obtaining the function in the form of descending order, then we will divide it. Okay, and we will divide it until the remainder becomes 0. तब तक हमें उसे क्या है, कंटिन्यूसली डिवाइड करते रहना है. ओके, सो until the remainder, so we will divide until remainder is equal to 0. Okay, similarly here we will divide until remainder becomes 0. So now let us see core first form. So core propose the first form to have L in series and C in shunt in the ladder pattern. It means जो कॉर फर्स्ट फॉर्म का जो सर्किट होगा उसमें ऑलवेज सीरीज ब्रांच में क्या है, इंडक्टर प्रेजेंट होगा एंड द कैपेसिटर इट विल ऑलवेज बी प्रेजेंट इन दी शंट ब्रांच. ओके, सो दिस इज सिंपली अ जनरल सर्किट जिसमें इंडक्टर ऑलवेज अगर सीरीज में है एंड कैपेसिटर पैरेलल में है, देन इट इंडिकेट दैट इट इज कॉर फर्स्ट फॉर्म. सो यूजिंग कॉर वी कैन रिप्रेजेंट or we can realize three type of network. So we can realize LC network, then we can realize RC network, and also we can realize RL network. So let us see the general circuit for all these three networks. So first let us start with the LC network. Okay, so in case of LC network we will be having the inductor and capacitor. So जैसे मैंने बताया core first form में series branch में क्या है, inductor होगा, and in this shunt branch we will have capacitor. Okay, so and it will repeat. So L and C का जो pattern है, it will repeat in the ladder form. Okay, like this. So this is known as a ladder circuit and so on. Okay, so this is the general circuit for LC network in the core first form. Okay, so elements are, this is L1, this is C1, this is L2, this is C2, this is L3, C3, and this is Ln and Cn. Similarly we can draw the general circuit for RC network also. So in case of RC network we are having resistor and capacitor. So जो capacitor है वो तो always shunt branch में होगा, it means resistor will come in the series branch. So this is resistor and this is capacitor, again it will repeat. So this is resistor, capacitor, and so on. This pattern will keep on repeating. So this is the circuit and elements are, this is R1, R2, this is so on Rn, this is C1 capacitor, C2, and this is C of n. Okay, so this is the general circuit for LC and RC network in Cauer first form. Similarly, we can draw the general circuit for RL network also. So it will look like this. So let us draw for the RL network. So general circuit will be, so first of all, inductor, it will come in series. Okay, so if inductor is in series, then the resistor, it will come in parallel or shunt. Okay, so let us draw the circuit. So here first of all we will have inductor, then in the shunt we will have resistor. Similarly, then we have inductor and we have resistor. So this pattern will repeat. Okay, so this is the pattern. So elements are, this will be L1, this is L2, this is Ln, and this is resistance R1, R2, and this is R of n. So this is the general circuit for in Cauer first form for RL network. Now let us see a note point. There is no general equation in the Cauer form as in the Foster form. So Foster form में हमने देखा था Foster form फर्स्ट एंड सेकेंड फॉर्म के लिए वी हैव ऑब्टेन दी थ्री जनरल इक्वेशन मीन्स एलसी नेटवर्क के लिए वी हैव ऑब्टेन जनरल इक्वेशन. सिमिलरली आरसी एंड आरएल नेटवर्क के लिए वी हैव ऑब्टेन जनरल इक्वेशन. एंड फॉस्टर फर्स्ट फॉर्म एंड सेकेंड फॉर्म के लिए वो इक्वेशंस अलग अलग थी. बट इन कॉर फॉर्म यू डोंट नीड एनी जनरल इक्वेशन. सिर्फ हमें क्या है, रिस्पेक्टिव मीन्स जनरल सर्किट्स पता होने चाहिए एल सी, आर सी एंड आर एन नेटवर्क के लिए. In the Cauer form, we have to perform the division of the polynomials given in the equation to obtain the values of the circuit elements. Okay, so मैंने बताया कि Cauer form में क्या है कि हम division method use करेंगे. तो जो numerator and denominator polynomial जो हमें functions में given है, we have to divide them until the remainder becomes 0. Then using the quotients of that division, we will find the values of the circuit element. फिर एक बार जब circuit elements की value हमें मिल जाएगी, तो जो general circuit हमने draw किया था उसमें we will substitute those value. Okay, so after getting the values of these circuit element, draw the circuit, that is general circuit, and according to the general circuit put these values of the element in that circuit. So this is a simple process for the Cauer form. Now let us see the steps to solve the question using the Cauer first form. So यहाँ पे मैंने एक example लिया है जहाँ पे हमें z of s given है, that is s cube plus 4s divided by s power 4 plus 10s square plus 9. So we have to realize this function z of s using the Cauer first form. Okay, so we have to realize this function z of s in Cauer first form. So let us see the steps one by one. So in the first step we have to find out that ये जो फंक्शन हमें गिवन है, सबसे पहले हमें ये फाइंड आउट करना है कि किस नेटवर्क का फंक्शन है. ओके, सो वी हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई द नेटवर्क. ओके, सो इट कैन बी फॉर एलसी नेटवर्क. सो एलसी नेटवर्क का हो सकता है, आर सी एंड आर एल नेटवर्क का ये जेड एफ एस हो सकता है. तो सबसे पहले वी हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई. सो आई हैव टोल्ड you the procedure. So now if you observe this z of s function, it is given as s cube plus 4s by s power 4 plus 10 into s square plus 9. So if you observe this function, then you will notice that जो numerator है it is a odd polynomial. Okay, and denominator it is a even polynomial because it is consisting of even power of s. And if you get odd polynomial by even polynomial or you are getting even by odd, this indicate that it is a function of LC network. Okay, so पता हमें लग गया कि ये LC network का है. Now in the second step we will perform the division. Okay, so in the second step we will perform the division, and when we are performing the division, तो जो highest degree polynomial है it will come in the numerator and lowest degree polynomial it will come in the denominator. It means highest degree polynomial will be in the numerator. It means it will be considered as dividend. Okay, it will be considered as dividend and other will be divisor. Also we have seen that we have to write the power. So in the core first form we have to write the power in the descending order. So we have to write the power in the descending order. So the given z of s function is s cube plus 4s by s power 4 plus 10 square plus 9. So if you see, so यहाँ पे क्या है कि जो highest degree polynomial है, it is in denominator, okay, because it is s power 4 and numerator we have highest degree is s cube. So जो highest degree है among them is s power 4, so it should come in the numerator. So it means it is not possible to realize this function using the core first form, so we have to find out admittance, okay, because if we find y of s, then it will be equal to 1 by z of s, because we want highest degree polynomial in the numerator. So it will be equal to s power 4 plus 10 into s square plus 9 by, we have in the denominator is s cube plus 4s. So now in the numerator we have highest degree polynomial, and जो other है it will come in the denominator. And also the given function is already is in the descending order, okay. So power जो है वो decreasing में है, so it means this is the correct function we will be realizing using the core first form. So now we will perform this division. So dividend is, so this is dividend, okay, it will come within the division, okay. So this is dividend and this is divisor, okay. So now let us perform. So here we are having s cube plus 4s, okay. So this is a long division method, so it will be requiring more space, so इसीलिए मैं यहाँ से corner से start कर रही हूँ, okay. So s power 4 plus 10 is square plus 9, okay. So we have to divide until the remainder becomes 0. So यहाँ पे क्या है, this is, let me write here, so this is dividend, okay. So this is known as dividend and this is divisor, okay. Now we will divide s power 4 by s cube, then we are getting s, okay. So this is s. Now s cube into s, it will be equal to s power 4, then 4 of s into s, it will be equal to plus 4 into s square, okay. Now we will subtract, so we are getting 6s square plus 9, okay. Now what we will do, so अभी क्या है, remainder 0 नहीं हुआ, but we have to make it 0. So now this divisor, it will now become, okay, let me choose another pen. So now this divisor, now it will become dividend and it will come here, that is it will become s cube plus 4 into s, okay. Now we will continue this division again. So now we will divide this s cube, okay. So now it will be s cube divided by 6s square, so this will give s by 6, okay. So here we are getting s by 6, so this will be equal to 6s square into s by 6, so this will be equal to simply s cube. Now if we multiply this, we are getting as 9s by 6, so this is 9s by 6. Now we will again subtract, so this s cube, it will get cancelled out, okay. Now we are getting 4 minus of 9 by 6, we can take s common, again the remainder is not 0, so we have to continue the division, okay. So now again this divisor, it will now become dividend, that is 6s square plus 9, okay. So let us simplify this expression first. So 4 minus 9 by s, that is 4 minus of 3 by 2, it will be equal to 8 minus 3 by 2, that is we are getting 5 by 2, okay. So पहले इसको simplify कर लेते हैं so that we can easily write the expression. So after simplification of this term, we are getting 5 by 2 into s. Now we will continue the division, okay. So now this 6s square plus 9, it will become dividend, so this will be equal to 6s square plus 9, okay. Now we will divide, so we are getting 6s square divided by 5 by 2 into s, so this will be equal to 12 by 5 into s, okay. So it means now quotient will be 12 by 5 into s. So if we multiply this we are getting 6s square, okay. Then we will subtract, so we are getting 9, okay. Again the remainder is not 0, so we have to continue one more time. So this will be, so now this 5 by 2 s, so this 5 by 2 into s, it will become dividend. So now if we divide this 5 by 2 s by 9, so this will be equal to 5 by 18. Okay, so this is 5 by 18 into s, so this will be giving 5 by 2 into s. So now if we subtract this, we are getting 0 as the remainder. So now we will stop this division. Okay, so जब तक आपको 0 remainder नहीं मिल जाता, you have to continue this division in the same manner. Okay, so this quotient we are getting, so this quotients we are giving, it will give the value of the circuit element. Okay, so using this quotients we will obtain the value of the circuit element, and all these quotients it must be positive. अगर एक भी quotient negative आ गया, then it won't be possible to represent that given function in the core form. Okay, so सारे quotient जो हैं वो positive ही होने चाहिए. So let us take this as a note point. Okay, so all questions must be positive if any quotient is becoming negative, then is becoming negative then it is not possible to represent the given function z of s in core form. Okay, so you have to remember this point. Now in the next step we will find what is the first element of the network. Okay, so this is step number 3. So in this step we will find out which is the first element of the given network. So to know what is the first element of the given network, we have to, so सबसे पहले we will take the z of s function. So z of s given in the question was s cube plus 4s by s power 4 plus 10 into s square plus 9. Okay, so ये function हमें क्या है question में given था. Now we have to find out the first element of the given network. For that you have to take the highest power. Okay, so highest power of s in the numerator divided by the highest power of s. So the highest power of s in the numerator polynomial divided by the highest power of s in the denominator. So which is the highest power of s? That is, it is s cube. Okay, so highest power is s cube, and in the denominator highest power is s power 4. So if we divide, we are getting 1 by s. So what do you mean by 1 by s? This 1 by s indicate that the first element of the given network is capacitor. Okay, so it means capacitor is the first element. If you are getting a constant term, it means indicate that it is a resistor, and if you are getting s, then it indicate that it is inductor. Okay, so let me write here. So if you are getting a constant term, okay, so if you are getting constant term, then it will indicate that it is resistor. So the first element है वो resistor होगा. If you are getting s, it indicate that you are getting inductor, and if you are getting 1 by s, which we are getting in this question, it means the first element is capacitor. So इस network के लिए जो first element है वो क्या है? Capacitor. And we have also seen that this is the function given is of the LC network. It means जो next element है वो क्या है? Inductor होगा. Okay, now in the next step, that is in the fourth step, we will obtain the values of the circuit elements. So obtaining the values of circuit element, this is fourth step. So the values of the circuit element are the coefficient of s which we have obtained while dividing. It means क्वेश्चन जो हमें मिला है उसमें जो एस के जो कोफिशिएंट है दैट विल बी द वैल्यूज ऑफ द सर्किट एलिमेंट. ओके, सो द वैल्यूज the values of the circuit elements, the values of the circuit elements are the coefficient of, so are the coefficients of s obtained, coefficient of s obtained in the quotient of the division. Okay, of division. So now let us see the quotient. So this is the division which we have performed. So यहाँ पे क्या है कि जो first quotient है that is s and its coefficient is 1. So this first term, because we have realized y of s function. Okay, so हमने y of s के लिए solve किया है. So this is the first element, so this will be known as y1. Okay, now next element, it will be present in series, so this will be equal to z of 2 because it is second element and it is present in series. Now we have already seen that जो first element है वो क्या है, capacitor है, and it will be connected in shunt, so that is why this is y1. This is for the inductor and it is connected in series, so that is why let us name it as z of 2. And then third element, it is will be coming in shunt, and this is y of 3. Similarly, this is z of 4. Okay, so y1, z2, y3 and z4 we have obtained. Now the coefficient of s is 1, and in the second term, second question, the coefficient of s is 1 by 6, and in the third it is 12 by 5, and in the fourth it is 5 by 18. Okay, so let us write. So first question was s, second we have s by 6, third we have 12 by 5 into s. Okay, so this is 12 by 5 into s, and fourth we have, so fourth element is 5 by 18 of s. Okay, so this is 5 by 18 of s. Now this is the first element c1. Okay, so this is the first element c1 and its value it will be equal to, so जो first element है वो c1 है, and the value of c1 it is given by the coefficient of s. So what is the coefficient of s here is 1, so it means c1 we are getting as 1. Okay, then we have the next element, then second element will be inductor. Okay, so second element is L2 and it will be, its value will be coefficient of s. So coefficient of s it will be 1 by 6. Then third element will be, so third element is again capacitor because it will be forming the ladder. Okay, so third element is, this is c2. Okay, and it will be equal to the coefficient of s, and we can write it as c3. Okay, so the value of c3 it will be equal to 12 by 5. And then we have fourth element, and fourth element we will be having the inductor. Okay, so this is fourth element and this is suppose L4, and the value of L4 is given by coefficient of s, so which is 5 by 18. Okay, now we can draw the general circuit. Okay, so now we can draw the general LC network for the Cauer first form. Okay, so it will be, so first of all, first element will be capacitor, we have seen. Okay, then okay, this will be, so first element will be capacitor, then next element it will be coming in series and it is inductor, then again we have capacitor. So total we have obtained 4 elements. Okay, then we have capacitor and the last element will be inductor. Okay, so these are the element, and this is the first capacitor, this is c1, this is inductor suppose L2, this is c3, and this is L4, and values we have obtained. Okay, so value of c1 is 1, 1 by 6, 12 by 5 and 5 by 18. Okay, so what is the value of c1? It is 1 farad, L2 value is 1 by 6 Henry, and C3 was 12 by 5. Okay, let me check. This is 12 by 5 and 5 by 18. Okay, so this is 12 by 5, and L4 value is 5 by 18 Henry. So this is the circuit for LC network in the core first form. सो जैसे फॉस्टर फॉर्म में मैंने आपको एक शॉर्टकट दिया था, सिमिलरली आई कैन गिव यू अ शॉर्टकट फॉर द कॉर फॉर्म ऑल्सो. सो वी हैव टू फॉर्म. ओके, फर्स्ट इज core first form and we have second one is core second form. So either we can realize z of s function or we can realize y of s function. Okay, so for the z of s we have first element as a. So if you are getting a, it means it is a constant term, so you will be getting a resistor. So you have to match this with a quotient. Okay, so जो आपको question मिला है, so in this question we have realized y of s function. Okay, if you are solving the division for z of s and in the quotient you are getting a, this indicate that you will first element will be resistor and the value of that resistor is given simply by a. Okay, similarly for y of s, if you are getting a in the quotient, then the value of the resistor, it will be equal to 1 by a, because it is admittance and admittance is a reciprocal of impedance. And second, it can be a of s. Okay, so इस तरीके का आपको क्वेश्चन मिल सकता है. So a into s, this simply indicate that it will be a inductor and the value of inductor is a. And in y of s, if you are getting a by s, this indicate that it will be inductor and the value of inductor will be 1 by a. And third possibility could be that you might get a by s term. So if you are getting a by s while solving z of s, then this indicate that you are getting a capacitor and value of capacitor will be 1 by a. Similarly, in the y of s, if you are getting as, this indicate that you are getting a capacitor and the value of capacitor will be a. So now let us, but we have solved y of s expression, so we will focus on this. Okay, so let us see our questions one by one. So first question, we are getting s. Okay, so now this is s is matching with the third term. It means we will be getting a capacitor of value a. It means the coefficient of s is 1. Okay, so we have drawn the circuit that first element we are getting capacitor. Now the next question we are getting as s by 6. So what is s by 6? So this is matching with the so s by 6 is z of 2, that is now we have to check in the impedance table. Okay, so s by 6 is matching with the second term, that is a into s, and the coefficient of s is a, so a value we are getting 1 by 6, so simply we will get the inductor in series. Now third value we are getting as 12 by 5 of s, so now this is y3, so now we have to check in the admittance table. Okay, so this is 12 by 5 of s, which is simply a by s. Okay, which is as, and coefficient of s is a, so and the value of capacitor will be a. So if we check here, we are getting s value as, just a second. Okay, so s value is 12 by 5, so we will be getting a capacitor of values 12 by 5. So similarly you can do for the other elements also. So this is the shortcut for the core form. Okay, so first form and second form के लिए दोनों के लिए same shortcut है. You have to match the value. Okay, so if you are getting z of s, so आपको इस table से match करना है, and if you are getting y of s element for that you have to match your values or quotient by these values. सो आज के लिए इतना ही. नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में वी विल सी कॉर सेकेंड फॉर्म. ओके, एंड वीडियो अगर आपको अच्छा लगा हो तो प्लीज़ वीडियो को लाइक एंड शेयर ज़रूर करें. थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग.